Vanakkam Chennai, a very good morning ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the HCL Squash PSA Challenger Tour Chennai edition 2026. HCL believes in the power of sport, not just as a game, but as a platform that inspires discipline, resilience and excellence. Over the years, HCL has been proud to have partnered with the Squash Rackets Federation of India, the SRFI, to lift squash to newer heights, nurture homegrown talent, and of course, build champions for India. After spectacular showdowns in recent times, we've now turned our focus to the gateway of South India and now the sporting powerhouse, Chennai. Coming to you live from the iconic Indian Squash Academy. Over the last 4 days, 48 players from 5 different nations have vied it out, playing for glory, of course pride, and those crucial world ranking points as well. Here are the results from semi-finals day. At 12 noon yesterday, in the first semi-final, we had Rokhaya Othman from Egypt, the number 7 seeded in the women's category, defeat PR Savitra Kumar from Malaysia 3 games to 2. At 12:45 in the first of men's semi-finals, we had Jongmin Ryu from Korea, who defeated Andes Ling, seeded number 4, 3 games to 1. 1:30 we had Harleen Tan taking on Salma Othman, and she dominated it with 3 games to 1 as well. And finally, the Indian Surat Chand defeated Wai Lok To from Hong Kong, China, 3 games to love to book a spot into the finals as well. Let's have a look at the highlights from semi-finals day. Well, those were some breathtaking shots, and trust me, the intensity only ramps up today in the finals as well. Here's whom we have lined up at center court today. At 12 noon, we've got Rokhaya Othman, the Egyptian, who's going to take on someone who's made waves across the squash circuit, Harleen Tan from Malaysia, who's seeded number 2 in the women's category, of course, as well. Then next up at 12:45, we've got Jongmin Ryu, the underdog from South Korea, who's going to take on the Indian, the favorite of this men's category clash, Surat Chand, who's also seeded number 2 in the men's category. Well, this prestigious tournament is hosted in partnership with the Squash Rackets Federation of India, with support from the Sports Authority of India and the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports. I also wish to extend my heartfelt gratitude to our partners, the SDAT, Sports Development Authority of Tamil Nadu, Dunlop Flying, TNSRA, Tamil Nadu Squash Rackets Association, Monkey Eyes, and of course our venue partners, the Indian Squash Academy. Are you ready to cheer for the champions who light up the courts for one final time in Chennai? Watch it all live on the HCL Enterprise and Squash India's YouTube channel as well. Over to my commentator Piyush for live action at Centre Court.
Well, thank you so much, Yash, and absolute perfect introduction to this big final. Good to see you in the suit as well. All right, then, this is your commentator Piyush Nathani for the final of the HCL PSA Challenge Chennai Edition Tour, and it is the big final this afternoon. First will be the women's final, Rokaya Ottman up against Harleen Tan. And we are waiting for the players to enter the center court shortly. Well, both of them have worked really hard, and Harleen Tan beating the sister of Rokhaya Ottman, Salma Ottman, in that semi final yesterday, breaking the dreams of the two Egyptians to play in that final together. Well, they won't be sharing the center court today because Rokhaya will be up against now Harleen Tan. What a comeback it was by Rokhaya as well in her semi final yesterday. She was trailing, she was struggling, but somehow she managed to get back herself on her feet and got over the line in the end. Well, the two players are still warming up before we start this big final. The women's final first, before the men's final, which will be played after this one, 12:45 roughly after this game. As soon as it gets over, it will be Jeongham Ryu up against the Indian Suraj Chand. So Egypt versus Malaysia in the women's, and South Korea against India in the men's final. So good to see four different countries battling it out, and we will start the game shortly here. So here come the players before they warm up a bit, getting those few stretches in and making sure that everything will be in their arc when they start off that game. And we will be starting off very soon.
மாற்றி போட்டுருக்கேன் டீசல் நான் ரமன் அலோ மெட்ராஸு அப்புறம் வந்து அந்த ஏதோ 2 பசங்க வந்திருக்காங்க அவங்க தான் டீசல் ராகுல் இன்னொருத்த அந்த நான் அந்த பையன் போயிட்டான் பேர் தெரியல தெரியாத பேர் தெரியல ரமா தான் தெரியும் அவர் வந்துட்டு காட்டாரு இந்தியா வந்து இவங்க ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணாலும் வாயிலர் டிஸ்ட்ரிபியூஷன் ஏன்னா இது நிறைய வந்து நல்லா பண்ணுவார் இந்த ஈவெண்ட்டு எப்படியும் 2 3 நேரம் பண்ணி ஆகிடுவாங்க இது ஏன்னா ப்ரைஸ் டிஸ்ட்ரிபியூஷன் வந்து பாண்டியன் தான் மென்ஸ் முடிஞ்சதுக்கப்புறம் திருப்பி ஃபைனல் நடக்கும் அதுக்கப்புறம் ப்ரைஸ் கொடுப்பாங்க 1 மந்த்லி தான் ப்ரைஸ் ஆகிடும் ஆகிடும் 5 பேர் நான் பார்க்குறேன் இப்போ கூப்பிட்றேன் பேரண்ட்ஸ் பேர் போல எல்லா ஸ்கூலுக்கும் சரி நான் பார்க்குறேன் இப்போ நான் கூப்பிட்றேன் அதை கூப்பிட்றோம் பார்க்குற கூப்பிடுவா அதில் யூடியூப் தான் இருக்கு பரவாயில்ல சரி ரைட் அது இந்த உள்ளாட்சி யூஎஸ்பி நான் யார் கூப்பிட சொல்கிறேன் பெட்கேட் லைன் சரி சரி
Right then, we kick things off here. Harleen Tan with the opening serve. As we start off this final, the women's final of the HCL PSA Challenge Tour, Chennai edition. Well, knockout stages, and Rokaya starts off nicely here with the opening point. Both of them have worked really hard to get all the way. Harleen Tan recently won a tournament just like these ones in Rotterdam. That one has gone out of play, so Harleen will get that point. Pulls it back to 1 apiece in this very first game of this final. Well, never easy playing out in knockout games like these of such caliber, and these two have done extremely well to win every single game so far. Well, the focus is right up there for both of them, and what a good point that is for Harleen. 2 apiece now. Rokaya with the serve, starting off nicely. Once again, a nice little rally this, and Rokaya somehow manages to play that one, and eventually Harleen Tan, she was bound to get that point, and she gets it. Well, continuing to go neck and neck at the moment, these two. 5 apiece now. Somehow Harleen Tan has got herself in the lead, and Rokaya pulls it back. There goes that left-handed celebration once again as well. Leading 8-7 now is Rokaya, the Egyptian squash queen at the moment. Well, Harleen Tan is no less. That's a point for Harleen Tan. Pulls it back to 8 apiece. You can see a few deep breaths being taken by the two as we inch closer to this very first game. Want to get into the lead. Start off with the lead. Put yourself in a commanding position in this final. Put the pressure on the opposition. And once again, beautifully done by Harleen. Gets into the lead. A nice little backhanded shot. And this time, did she get in the way? Well, she's asking for it. So game point now for Harleen Tan. Somehow she's managed to find herself in this kind of a position. Okay, well, once again she's got across Harleen Tan and almost getting in the way there, but Harleen manages well. And she gets that point. Rokhaya pulls one back once again. That big grunt, that big celebration once again we see. Makes it 9-10. She needs to get the next point to pull it to the tiebreaker. It's getting breathless out there. Such is the commitment by the two at the moment. And she's got that point, Rokhaya. She's done it. She's made it 10 apiece. And we are into the tiebreaker now. Well, Rokhaya has shown this to us on quite a few occasions, that whenever she trails, she somehow manages to get back. That is the mentality that she has. And she gets another point into the lead now, and Harleen Tan cannot believe what is happening with her. Game point for Rokhaya Ottman now. And there she is, there she gets it. She goes into the lead, trailing 10-8, making it 12-10. And Rokhaya Ottman in the lead in this final. Brilliant stuff. Brilliant comeback once again. And Harleen Tan would be wanting to rectify her mistakes that she made in that first game. Absolutely brilliant. What a good game that was. And we hope to see more of the same in this final. Here are some of the highlights of that first game. Well, we start off the second game, and well, starting off nicely once again is Rokhaya Ottman. Important game this, especially for Harleen Tan. She needs to try and equalize. On the other hand, Rokhaya Ottman would be wanting to double the advantage. Starting off nicely, 2-0 to Rokhaya. And a no-look backhanded shot by Harleen Tan. And Rokhaya, well, not quite able to get that point. A point for Harleen Tan in the second game, finally. Well, in these finals, usually it is who is more up for it, isn't it? And at the moment, it does feel like Rokhaya Ottman is a bit more sharper. Harleen Tan was much more sharper yesterday, and she needs to maybe just push herself a little more at the moment because Rokaya Ottman is running away with it now. Leading 4-1 now is Rokaya. 3-2 rather. Well, she is a quality player, isn't she? She's shown that already in this tournament. And of course, one of these tournaments won recently in Rotterdam as well by Harleen. And there she gets that another point. Makes it 3 apiece. She means business, the Malaysian. Well, brilliant by Rokaya, isn't it? She's in a very comfortable lead now, makes it 9-6. She needs a couple of more points. Harleen desperate to try and equalize here. Backhanded shot. And she gets that point. That's Harleen very smartly done in the end. Well, only one of those games in the women's and the men's from the quarterfinals has gone till the fifth game. None of the other games have gone till the fifth game, and you would expect the finals to go till the fifth game, wouldn't you? But this one at the moment seems like Rokaya is in a very good position. Has she got that point as well? She has 10-7. Game point, 3 game points for Rokaya Ottman to make it 2-0. Can she do it? And there it is. That big grunt once again makes it 2-0. Does Rokaya Ottman in a very commanding position now in this big final of the HCL PSA Challenge Tour Chennai edition 2026. Outstanding stuff by the Egyptian. Well, Harleen getting some pep talk from her coaches and mentors. 12-10. She was losing that first game by 10-8, got 4 consecutive points, won that game, and now 11-6, quite dominant in the second game. Harleen Tan couldn't quite catch up as we head into the third game. Do or die situation now for Harleen Tan. Well, 5-4 now to Rokai Ottman in this third game. how would she love to finish this off in this one itself? Maybe taking the revenge of her sister of the semi-final. But still a lot to play for, and Harleen Tan gets that point, makes it 5 apiece. Desperate times for the Malaysian. Trying her best to get this right. Once again in the lead is the Egyptian squash queen. And wonderful backhanded lash once again makes it 7-5. She is thinking 4 more points. 4 more points to lift the championship of this Chennai edition. Well, Harleen Tan does really well. Once again, cool, calm, composed, trying to keep her nerve, trying to keep going here in this third game. Well, if Harleen Tan manages to win this game, it will really change the context of the game, won't it? Has she got in the way? She hasn't. The ref agrees with Rokhaya Othman. It's 8-6. Harleen Tan not happy with the decision. Every point from here on is very crucial. And that time she couldn't quite manage. 8-7 now. Well, it was the first game, wasn't it? The turnaround from 10-8 for Harleen Tan. It became 12-10 to Rokhaya. And ever since, Rokhaya Othman has just not looked back. Meanwhile, Harleen Tan trying her best, makes it 8 apiece. She's taking permission from the ref to make her specs clean as she requires it. A lot of blood and sweat being given at the moment by the two. And she gets that point, Rokhaya. Well, whenever she gets that point, there's that big sound of her that comes out, which just ensures it that she's inching closer and closer. Meanwhile, Harleen, once again, very smartly done. A delicate touch to make it 9 apiece. Both of them are thinking 2 more points for now. Another backhanded lash, and has she got in the way? Well, it seems like she has, so has to be redone. Won't quite get that point there, Harleen Tan. A bit debatable. And she gets that point. Wonderful. Absolutely beautiful by Harleen Tan. Now then, one more. Game point now. If Rokhaya gets the next point, we head into the tiebreaker once again. If Harleen gets it, it's 2-1. And everything to play for in the last 2 games as well. Well, Rokhaya once again giving her all from corners to corners. Well, a delicate touch once again. And Rokhaya smashes that and makes it 10 apiece. Well, in fact, it's a point for Harleen Tan because it didn't quite hit in the correct direction. And now she pulls one back, the Malaysian. 2-1 heading into the 4th game. Well, Harleen once again fighting really hard in this fourth game. 6-4 now, trying to pull things back. Well, she is in this do or die situation. Can she take this to the fifth game? She needs to desperately. Absolutely brilliant this by Harleen Tan. Makes it 6 apiece. And Rukaya, well, at the moment, not quite able to keep up. Once again, another point. Well, that is exactly what she did in Rotterdam as well, did Harleen Tan. She was trailing 2-0, and then she went on to win 3-2. Once again, marking a remarkable comeback, is it, in this final of the Chennai edition of the HCL squash. Meanwhile, a miscue, a point for Rukaya. And that makes it 7 apiece. Well, they have been going neck to neck in every single game, haven't they? Well, instead of thinking it as a loss in a game, Harleen Tan is taking it step by step, thinking she's lost very close games. Well, meanwhile, a point for Rukaya, and Harleen is not happy with that. In fact, it will be redone, not even a point, because Harleen thinks that she should be getting that point. Well, the referee's decision will stand. So 7 apiece before we continue. And she misses out. Harleen Tan. Another point lost. Unfortunate 8-7 now to Rukaya Ottman. Can she keep her nerve, Rukaya Ottman? She knows how capable is Harleen Tan to pulling things back. Well, there seems to be some confusion out there. Well, another backhanded shot, and well, not quite on the mark, and Rukaya Ottman has done it. She points to her head. She's shown that mentality, and Rukaya Ottman is the champion of the HCL Squash Chennai Edition PSA Challenge Tour. She is the Egyptian queen in the end, isn't she, of the squash? As you can see, the support by her sister as well. She's been with her throughout. Salma couldn't quite get through in the semi-final up against Harleen Tan. And now she's got through. Well, she's calling someone maybe back home to give the good news. Well, I'm very sure they must be watching it as well on YouTube. Well, excellent to see both the sisters. The support for each other has been really good as well. So Rukaya Ottman, the champion of the women's HCL PSA challenge tour Chennai 2026. And she's beaten Harleen Tan in this final. As you can see, quiet faces. Harleen Tan cannot believe she's thrown this one away. Well, no words being said in the end. Here are some of the highlights of that final game. Well, Rokaya knows that Harleen is definitely more powerful and quicker. But Rokaya kept on playing with her head. And eventually the champion of this tournament. Well, never easy winning so many games in a row. The knockout stages, that in itself is a big achievement. Well, a pulsating encounter in the end, and now we will have Vansh out there with the winner, Rokhaya Ottman.
Rokhaya Othman from Egypt is the champion of the HCL PSA Challenger Tour Chennai edition. Rokhaya, many congratulations firstly. What are the emotions running through your head right now?
Actually, I'm very happy because it's my first PSA tournament, so actually very happy.
What was the mindset going before the game? Because Harleen is a very tough opponent. She's the #2 seeded in this tour as well. And one more thing, in the quarterfinals you defeated Rathika, the #1 seed as well. So what is the kind of preparations that goes into games like these?
I was trying to keep myself calm and ready and excited as much as I can. And of course, I was so nervous because, yes, she's a very tough player, and I was trying to be very calm.
You changed the pace of the game really well, the pace of the deliveries as well, and of course the fact that you were down in the first game 10 points to 8. So what was the turning factor at that point of time? Just if you could explain tactically and strategically what was going in your mind.
I actually shut down all of my thinking, and I tried to focus on my game and put her at the back of the court and win my point, and that's it.
You might be disappointed because your sister Salma didn't qualify for the finals today, but how much has her support helped you in this PSA tour?
She helped me so much because she knew that she played Harleen yesterday, so she was very thinking about what I could do, and she told me from yesterday what I would do, and yes, she helped me so much, and of course my coach helped me so much. He was watching all of the matches, so yes.
How has the overall experience been here in Chennai, and where do you go next after this?
I actually have the nationals in Egypt, so I'm going there in Wednesday, and I'm very happy at Chennai. It's a very good place, and actually I will forever remember it because it's my first PSA tournament final. That's it.
Congratulations on the first title. You're the champion of the HCL PSA Challenger Tour 2026. Well, over to Piyush for live action in the men's finals now.
Well, thank you so much, Vansh. Absolutely brilliant there by the Egyptian, winning all those games and getting himself home by 3-1 up against someone like Harleen Tan in that final. Nonetheless, we are all set now for the men's final. It is going to be Jeongim Ryu up against Surat Chand. So South Korea up against India in this men's final, and we are all set now to start this game. Jeongim with the serve, and here we go for this men's final of the HCL Squash PSA Challenge Tour 2026, the Chennai edition. And the South Korean, well, starting off nicely here. Surat Chand winning that semi-final yesterday by 3-0. And Ryu, well, he's not had the easiest of the draws. He is beaten Andes Ling in that semi-final, and also Laksiri in that quarter-final, the Sri Lankan, who was pretty much the favorite of this tournament. Meanwhile, Suraj starting off with the very first point of this game. Well, Suraj Chand won that game yesterday, that semi-final, by 3-0, didn't he? And he started off strong here as well. And Ryu will be very much aware. But Ryu is someone who is very quick, very agile, and very flexible as well with everything. He's someone who can go from one end to the other in no time at all. He's extremely quick, the South Korean, as most of the South Koreans are. A lot of talent oozing around in this one. And that one has gone out of play, so a point for Ryu. Finally, that's his first one, and he would be hoping for more of the same. Now then, Suraj Chand, very commanding. 310, he's got 7 more game points. Jeon Kim Ryu will have to really put in a show here now because he is trailing by a big margin. And has he got another point? Yes, he has. 5-10 now. That was a really good one. Not quite able to get across. It was Suraj. And there it is. That is the point Suraj Chand was waiting for. He secured that first game quite comfortably in the end, winning it by 11-5 and having a foothold in this final already. Well, Ryu just settling into this game now, the South Korean. Well, did Suraj Chand get in the way? Well, not quite so, says the referee. And it's 4 apiece in the second game. Well, the deeper this game goes, the better for Ryu, because he is someone who shows a lot of stamina and power later on in the game. And Suraj Chand may be something that he wouldn't be able to cope up with of the South Korean. So that's why it's better maybe technically for Suraj Chand to try and finish the game off early. Because if it goes to the fifth game, then definitely Ryu will be in with a shout for himself. He has been the dark horse of this tournament as the South Korean. Five 4 now to the South Korean in the second game, wanting to equalize. Well, what a good game, the second one. And Ryu, well, he'll be very unhappy with the kind of the shot that he's played there. It's gone out of play, and that point makes it 10-9 to Suraj. Game point once again for Suraj Chand. He's desperate to win this game. He does not want to take it deep. He knows if he takes it deep, Ryu will really be on his back. And as he got in the way, well, the referee agrees with Suraj, so it will have to be redone. Well, in fact, the point has been given to Suraj. He can complain all he wants, the South Korean. Suraj Chand has made it 2-0. Crucial point in this game. And the Indian in a commanding position now. South Korean disheartened, distraughted. Needs to win the next game. Do or die situation for him. Well, 2-0 for Suraj Chand and 2-0 in the third game as well. That time Suraj got in the way. And the ref agrees as well with the South Korean. And a point for Jeongim Ryu. Well, it's a do-or-die situation for Jeongim Ryu in the final here now. 2-0, needs to win this one and take it to the fourth and maybe even the fifth set. Well, that's brilliant. Makes it 2-2 now. The South Korean showing a lot of agility as well. And you need an extremely good hand-eye coordination, and that one has gone out of play. Well, it was a low block, a kind of an underarm shot, and well, he just blazed it over. So 4-2 now for Suraj. That one goes out of play once again, just too high by the South Korean. Makes it 5-2, and Suraj is thinking point by point at the moment. He needs 6 more points to win the championship. Well, he won that semi-final also by 3-0. And this could be the situation once again where he wins 3-0 because Ryu at the moment with no response. He did really well in that second game, but very unfortunate to not get over the line. And that's another point for Suraj. 6-2. Well, he pulls 1 point back. The South Korean makes it 3-6. Does really well. Just that one, the South Korean. And he's missed out. 7-3 for Suraj now. A nice little rally in the end. And a point once again for Suraj Chand. (7-3) to the Indian. He needs 4 more points. He's thinking 4 more points. And a mistake there by the South Korean. Makes it 8-3 for Suraj. Things looking very bleak and difficult for the South Korean. Makes it 9-3 with that one. Backhanded shot once again. Well, it almost seems like he's given up as the South Korean. He's lost a bit of heart there. He needs 8 more points here before Suraj gets a couple more. And he gets another one. Now then, match point coming up for Suraj Chand. Opportunity to kill this one off. Just one more point is what Suraj Chand needs. A delicate touch, and he gets 1 point back. Does he? Well, not quite so. There it is. That is the end of the game. Suraj Chand winning this one by 3-0, and straight away goes to the heavens. Thanks to the heaven. Outstanding performance in this final as well. He won the semi-final 3-0 as well. And in the end, very unfortunate for the South Korean Jeon Kim Ryu. He was the dark horse of this tournament, wasn't he? He kept on trying hard. He beat the domestic champ of Sri Lanka, Laksiri, in the quarterfinal. And then he went on to beat Anders Ling from Hong Kong, China. And he couldn't quite get over the line in this final, because Suraj Chand in the end just too good for him. And Suraj Chand is the champion of the HCL PSA Challenge Tour, Chennai edition 2026. Brilliant performance by the Indian. Marks a statement in his career. Well, we will have the award ceremony starting soon for the women's and the men's pretty shortly, and Vansh will be out there along with Suraj Chand for an interview.
Congratulations firstly. What were the emotions running through your head before this game?
Thank you so much. This tournament, this title means a lot for me because after losing two semi-finals last month, it was very important for me to get this win here, to motivate myself, to get the morale high. I knew at the back of my mind that I have to beat the best of this win, and I'm happy that my plan
Zhongmin Ryu is a very tough opponent as well. He's a tricky customer. He's defeated Ravindra Laksuru before in the quarterfinals as well, and he's done amazingly well in this too. So what are some of the tactical adjustments you made playing against Ryu?
So yeah, I think he was great there. He had really skillful shots. He took out the number one seed, but I didn't know he never lost any just after playing the same way. The most important thing for me was to stay calm, not to get nervous, and a lot of this yesterday was a lot of patience, so I'm happy that I could execute all this.
Is that the reason for his success, just being calm and composed on the court as well? And what are the pre-match preparations that you follow?
I think it's one of the most important things. I do it before every match, and before a match, for me, I will try to keep myself very interested. I just try to listen to some music and some good warm up, 15 minutes before and like posting and those things. I just try to keep it simple like every match. I don't think the things can find for me before the match.
You've won after a year or so. How does this victory feel to you right now, and would you like to dedicate this to someone?
Yeah, I mean, this PSA win came after a long time, so I'll dedicate this to definitely first of my parents for supporting me a lot. After that, I'd like to thank my coaches and even the staff around me. They've done a lot for me, every day. They're putting all hard work and getting behind me. Yeah, so I can give this to people.
How has the journey been so far in Chennai, and what next after this?
In Chennai, as I said, it's a second home for me, so I never knew coming to Chennai. It's like home, so yeah, every day, playing a match, going back to the game, it's something for me to have. And so yeah, it was very wonderful.
What next after this? Any upcoming challenges or tournaments that you're participating in recent times?
Yeah, so I have like 10-15 days off, and I'll be back to Chennai again for national doubles, and there's a PSA coming up, like 1 or 2 PSAs in India for 20 maybe I think we have a few many cards, and we have like quite a few events coming up in the next year.
Many congratulations on the victory today, and all the best for the future endeavors for you.
Thank you so much.
And that was Suraj Chand. Stay tuned for the closing ceremony in just a short while. Surat. Vanakkam Chennai, and a very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. What an incredible week of squash it has been here at the HCL Squash PSA Challenger Tour 2026 Chennai edition, coming to you live from the Indian Squash Academy. Over the last 5 days, we have witnessed 48 players from 5 different nations battling it out with passion, determination, and world-class skill. And now we've got the champions with us. HCL believes in the power of sport, not just as a game, but as a platform that inspires discipline, resilience, and excellence. This prestigious tournament is hosted in partnership with the Squash Rackets Federation of India, with support from the Sports Authority of India and the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports. I also wish to extend my heartfelt gratitude to our partners, the SDAT, Sports Development Authority of Tamil Nadu, Dunlop Flying, TNSRA, Tamil Nadu Squash Rackets Association, Monkey Ice, and our venue partners, Indian Squash Academy. I would first like to invite Mr. Cyrus Poncha, Secretary General from the SRFI, to please come on court. The referees have played a vital role in this tournament. I'd like to call upon the referees on stage as well. Mr. Shrikant Seshadari. Sir, if you could please present a token of appreciation to the referees. Next up, we've got Dinesh. Anjali Soni. We also had the presence of Rohit More and Mohammad Sabir as the referees for this tournament. Before we dive into the prize ceremony, it is my privilege to welcome on stage our esteemed dignitaries for today. Our chief guest for the day, Mr. S. Anthony Joel Prabhu. He's the District Sports and Youth Welfare Director at SDAT Chennai. Let's welcome him with a huge round of applause. Next up, representing HCL, our guest of honor, the driving force behind this tournament, we are honored to have with us Mr. Amit Paldi, Manager Operations at HCL. His team has been central in carrying forward HCL's commitment to to supporting sports and nurturing talent across India. I would now request our dignitaries to kindly do the honors of presenting the trophies. First up, I'd like to welcome the women's runners-up, Harleen Tan from Malaysia. I would request Mr. Amit Paldi to please do the honors. Thank you. Next up, with her debut PSA title, Rokhaya Othman from Egypt, the winner of the women's category. Mr. S. Anthony Joel Prabhu doing the honors of presenting the trophy. Thank you. Moving to the men's category now, please welcome our men's runner-up from South Korea, Jongmin Ryu. I would like to invite Mr. Cyrus Ponchar to please do the honors. Thank you, Ryu. Finally now, the men's champion. It's Suraj Chand from India. Mr. S. Anthony Joel Prabhu will do the honors of presenting the trophy and a memento from Monkey Eyes to Suraj Chand from India. I would now request all the winners and runners-up to please have the official photographs along with the dignitaries as well. Thank you so much. Many congratulations once again to all the winners and participants. You've made this a tournament to remember. On behalf of HCL and Squash Rackets Federation of India, I'd like to thank our dignitaries, our partners, our volunteers, and most importantly, the players who have given us a spectacular show here in Chennai. Thank you once again for your love and support. And with that, we officially conclude the HCL Squash PSA Challenger Tour 2026 Chennai edition. Thank you, everyone. Suraj Chand is now the champion of the HCL Squash PSA Challenger Tour Chennai edition 2026. Suraj, many congratulations firstly. What were the emotions running through your head before this game?
Thank you so much. I mean, this tournament, this title means a lot for me because, you know, after losing 2 semi-finals, you know, last month, it was very important for me to get this win, you know, to motivate myself, to get the morale high. So I knew at the back of my mind that I have to be prepared for this one, and I'm happy that my plan went through.
Zhongmin Ryu is a very tough opponent as well. He's a tricky customer. He's defeated Ravindu Luxury before in the quarterfinals as well, and he's done amazingly well in this tour. So what were some of the tactical adjustments you made playing against Ryu?
So yeah, I think he's a great player. He has really skillful shots. He took out the #1 seed, but again, it is another match for me. I just have to plan.
Aditya,
the
you're
same
going to
way.
be taking bites.
The most important thing
Bites
for me
lene wale.
was to stay calm, not to get nervous. And I watched his match yesterday. I've planned few things, so I'm happy that I could execute all those things.
Is that the reason for your success, just being calm and composed on the court as well? And what are the pre-match preparations that you follow?
I think yeah, it's one of the most important thing, and I do it before every match. And before a match, for me, I don't try to keep myself very under pressure. I just try to listen to some music, some good warm up, hitting 10-15 minutes on the court, some light ghosting and those things. I just try to keep it simple, like for every match. There's nothing different in finals or maybe first round. It's same.
You've won after a year or so.
Ali.
How does this victory feel to you right now, and would you like to dedicate this to someone?
Yeah, I mean this PSA win came after a long time, so I'll dedicate this to, definitely first of all my parents. They have supported me a lot. After that, I would like to thank my coaches back at home, Jindal Squash Academy. They've done a lot for me, every day. They're putting all hard work, getting behind me. So yeah, I'll give this victory to them. Yeah.
How has the journey been so far in Chennai, and what next after this?
In Chennai, as I said, it's a second home for me, so it's never new coming to Chennai. It feels like home. So yeah, every day, playing a match, going back to the room, it's the same thing every time I come. So yeah, it was very normal for me. Yeah.
What next after this? Any upcoming challenges or tournaments that you're participating in recent times?
Yeah, so I have like 10-15 days off, then I'll be back to Chennai again for national doubles, and there's a PSA coming up, like 1 or 2 PSAs in India, 15K, 9Ks, and maybe I think we have Asian Game trials in mid-June, so I have like quite a few events coming up in next 2 months. Yeah.
Many congratulations on the victory today, and all the best for the future endeavors for you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Well, that was Suraj Chand. Stay tuned for the closing ceremony.